All right, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, the bonus to Apostles and Elders in New York, GMS, and salutations to you all around the world. That's teaching truth in your lives on life on Shalom to you, Sir Zakwa. My name is Maya Kaala, but in Gata, what you call go branch of Great Millstone. All right, so I'm analyze this video by Chief Pressure. He took a clip basically with the Aboriginal movement, but you know, our ancestors, they wanted to call themselves Aboriginal American. All right, when Esau set his foot on the soil, the land Azareth or New Canaan. All right, because the Northern Kingdom came over here after the Syrian captivity in 722 BC. All right, thus went into captivity, but a little few years later on, they was free, so they came over. You read that in 2 Ezra 1339. 2 Ezra 1339 to 48. All right. Now there's no in the scripture where it says what year there's released anything, but from the Syrian captivity. But I don't see how getting so mad and angry. Then it just use your common sense. Heavenly Father ain't just go get mad and angry. Put Jake in captivity quick and released him. I mean, he didn't release the Southern Kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi out of Babylon. Okay, let them suffer as they supposed to. They violate the law, statute, commandments. So, but anyway, the point is that the Northern Kingdom came over here. That's the point. They won't call themselves Aboriginal American. All right, it's got the word American go back American Vespucci. All right, Aboriginal. Let's trace that back to the Latin word. All right, so all right. But anyway, this is the clip I want you to get into. All right.
Did you know that us Mexicans are the most mixed race of them all? We literally come from blacks, white, and Chinese.
All right, so he said Mexicans are a mixed race. All right, there's no such thing as mixed race. All right, you are the seed of your father. Now it's true that right here, Numbers chapter 1, verse 8. Now the brother he gonna say something that's true in there. You know, but anyway, it said Numbers chapter 1, verse 1, it says, Yahweh spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the tabernacle of the congregation on the first day of the second month in the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Take ye the sum of all congregation of the children of Israel after families by the house of their fathers with the number of their names, every male by the post. All right, so just prove that you are the seed of your father. All right, because there was a miscegenation. All right, this I pronounce miscegenation of so-called mixed racing in Mexico, right, among the tribe of Issachar and Zebulon. All right, the Maya. All right, because the Maya lived in the southern part of Mexico, then to Central America. All right. So, why? Because this was prophesied, and you know you got a lot of scoffers, particularly the black-only Israelites. I like to say, well, why did they was originally dark skinned? Why did they look like they do now? Why? Because this prophet Hosea chapter 7 verse 8, it said Ephraim had mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake on turn, right? So you bake something like a cake, right? Pound cake, whatever cake you want. All right, the top gonna be light, but the bottom's gonna be dark. All right, so the North Kingdom before the mixing was always from very dark to light skin. You know, all right, that's just facts. You look on ancient ruins of Mexico, you can see it. All right. Anyway, we continue to play this.
How do we all come from all those races?
All right, so they mix with Esau. All right, they have Esau. All right, they have Moab down there. I believe they have Ammon in there. All right, then you have other Israelite tribes. You have Judah, so-called Negroes, Benjamin, so-called West Indians, Gad, so-called Native Americans, and Reuben, so-called Seminole Indians. All right. Anyway.
Gotta understand that the first people on this land were blacks, right? And then the Chinese came and mixed.
All right. So he said, well, the first people on this land was black. All right. See, I know what he's talking about. All right. So he's just saying that the tribe of Issachar were a dark brown people because nobody's black, part of this background. Nobody's walking on the earth like that. All right. They're brown skinned. All right. Just like at the lower left bottom, you have Zebulon, the Maya. All right, brown skinned. All right, so-called Negroes are brown skinned. All right, this woman, that's next to him to the right, this brown skinned, this Asherite woman, so-called Bolivian Indian woman. All right. So, all right, she's brown skinned. All right. All right, and you could look at this evidence right here. All right, and you can clearly see. You go to this from a book, African Presence in Americas, all right, by Ira Van Sertima. All right, so it's basically talking about the Negroid phenotypes they found in America. And the Olmecs, this is not the Olmecs, this is Issachar. The Olmecs were Canaanites, all right? This is right here, Issachar, so-called Mexicans, all right? And it says, going to Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 9, Israel's a speckled bird. All right, so you got the verse. Some got thin lips, some got big juicy lips, some got sharp nose, some got fat noses, some got large eyes, some rounded eyes, some got slanted eyes. And you can see it right here. And the young man was correct. All right. Someone was very dark skinned, so-called black brown. All right, it says right here, all right, the pages. This is from Ivan Sertima. Salak, I ain't get the page number on there. But anyway, it said, amongst innumerable small clay heads produced from the pre-classic time, considerable numbers show African features, talking about Negro features, were found in the region of Acapulco in stylized kinky hair. 6B is an interesting is aggravated at the borderline between Morelos and Guerrero, with some of the brothers from Guerrero, not count GMS Chicago, some of this car, but it not only show the nose, but on the Nambi black feet, the typical hair formation. 6C, Ethiopian type, in contrast, mixed between black and Semitic, right? So just fall just Shemitic, right? Because this card are Shemitic people, right? From the nation of Israel. Right, it says 6D is the smallest piece of my collection. Humans American Mexico City. It's almost spooky how a little ball clay size less than half an inch can become through an actual visual insight, important historical testimony in ancient America, right? Right, so it's testifying that what this young man said, that they were very dark at the beginning. All right, some of them, right, because some of them still are dark, right? So we go another page. All right, same feature. You see, right? This is from Veracruz, Mexico. You see 18. All right. So you see with the little, what they call chinky eyes, the epic eye folds, slanted eyes. You can see the nose and lip. All right. Some already had it. All right. Very dark. All right. You can see right here. And you can look at the history of them. It says right here, page 36, the book Black Indians. It says the spirit rebellion back a wildfire that no European could put out in the next years. Revolt spread to Colombia, Panama, Cuba, Puerto Rico, and Mexico. In 1537, major insurrection threatened Spanish headquarters in Mexico City. Viceroy Antonio de Munda reported that after this is the Southern Kingdom, all right, Judah and Benjamin had chosen a king that agreed to kill all Spaniards. So they made a vow to kill all Edomites, man. And that the Indians, talking about Issachar, were also with them, terrified Mexicans. All right, you're talking about terrified Edomites. Mexican officials agreed to halt any further importation of Africans. Talking about Judah, slave resistance had temporarily halted the African slave trade, really the Israelite slave trade. By 1570, the flames of revolt were burning brightly. In Mexico, 1 in every 10 slaves were living free life and had alarm about the sake of white victory. Martin Intriguez, 1568, wrote to the King of Spain, Your Majesty, the time is coming. Those African people will have become master of Indians, as much they were born among their maidens, and are men who dare to die as well as any Spaniard world. I do not know who will be in position to resist and see our power when the Southern Kingdom and Northern Kingdom come together, man. All right. All right. That's what Esau's afraid of, right? And that's why they don't want to brainwash our people, so-called Negroes, Latino, they married into slavery to hate themselves and hate each other, hate each tribe. All right. Because what Yahushua said, a house divided will fall. All right. Yahushua said that in the book of Matthew. All right. So what is going on right now? Esau's divided. They're falling hard, man, fast and hard. America's crumbling for the eyes because they not united. Right? And Israel is becoming united. All right, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right, is this right here, Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33. It said Israel and Jerusalem should be oppressed together, man. Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom. All right. Israel, right, the Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom being oppressed together, right? Right. Judah and Israel, Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom, right? Jeremiah 50:33. All right, but anyway, just paraphrasing it, All right, but go right here and continue. Salak, you can see right here. In 1523, Hernando Cortez was given a royal order. As early as 1523, Hernando Cortez was given a royal order to keep Indians in their village apart from the Africans. I said Issachar from Judah. This was only 7 years after Venice, Italy isolated its Jews in the first ghetto. In history, the word ghetto means place of Jews. All right. It says one royal order forbade the trade, commerce, communication between two peoples of color. They were forbidden to sell chickens, fruit, vegetables, and both defied the law. All right, chicken, Jake. All right, it said race being so common in Mexico, it became hard to tell skin color who were free and who was a slave. Philip complained that young black Indians committed crimes. They dressed in Indians so they could hide out with their mother. Relatives cannot be found. All right, so the young man was correct. It was both very dark brown people, right? Very dark brown people had various shades of brown, right? All right. Then you have a few, light skinned, light brown people, right? Among them. All right. So, you had light skinned people, various shades of brown, right? Darkest dark. You had medium dark, going up to Salak. All right. So you had some Judites who had Issachar mother, or Benjamites who had Issachar mother, and they committed a crime. Probably, Esau most likely retaliating Esau's oppressing them. Right? They ran and had among their mother, the Issachar, so-called Mexicans. They was dark skinned, just like the young man said. All right. As a matter of fact, you go to you brothers, you got some Latino and Israelites, you like to say, where the 12 tribes were just light skinned, which is false. It didn't start out that way. Or you got the scoffing black owned Israelites saying, well, how could they pass for Egyptians? Why could their forefathers was dark like the Egyptians? Right? You go to Genesis 50 and matter of fact, you start right here, just let you know who there. It said Genesis 50 and 8, and in the house of Joseph, his brethren, and his father's house, only the little ones and their flocks and their herds, they left in the land of Goshen. Right? Go right here, verse 11. And when the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, so these are the group of Canaanites, Hamites, saw the mourning in the floor of Tide, they said, this is a grievous mourning to the Egyptians, wherefore the name was called Abba Mizraim, beyond Jordan. All right, so he has some Canaanites, they mistaken the 12 tribes of Israel as Egyptians. All right. And Issachar was among the ancestors of It's a car. It's called the ancestor of the so-called Mexicans. And Zebulon, ancestor of the Mayas. The Mayas, so-called Central Americans. All right. So they was a murder Monday. Why could they forefathers was dark skinned? And today they still are dark skinned. All right. Matter of fact, let me get this. Read this right here. Matter of fact, you go to the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. It tells you what Rudy. A word is referred to red, fair complexion, which really mean brown skinned. All right. Most people think we mean red. All right. Anyway. All right, it means brown like a little chocolate pup, just letting y'all know. It said, in contrast, this is the point right here, in contrast to the dark skin of the Hebrew, this is out of the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. All right, you go right here, Bible Dictionary says, well, Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, one of the 8 persons to live through the flood, he became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. All right, so this is killing 2 birds with 1 stone, proving that the Israelites were a melanated people, and that the people they was enslaved among the Egyptians was a melanated people, so-called black people, dark skinned people, man. All right, so that's a cut. All right. To Esau, and that's a cut to you Latino and the Israelites, man. I'd like to say the Israelites was very light-skinned at the beginning, no, they wasn't. All right. And now they got something where this show called The Nerd, they did a DNA atlas on. They showed pictures of King Tut, looking like Esau. All right. But hey, that's getting quickly destroyed in this video, man. All right. Now, this is right here, page 91 out of the book, Africa Gifts to America by J.A. Rogers. And it's describing the Mexicans in modern day time. All right. It says right here, the Mexicans had never became reconciled to their loss, and make it worse, the Americans regard them as niggers. So why they regard them as niggers? And that's how it's happening. Because you go to Acts 13:1, it's actually, it's not pronounced Niger, it's nigger. All right. And let's show that. All right, because I don't want nobody coming on the site. Oh, man. Let's see. All right, so, man, we killing 2 or 3 birds, man. All right. This, all right. Anyway, it said Acts 13:1. Now there was a church that was in Antioch, certain prophets, teachers, such as Barnabas and Simon, that was called nigger. It's not Niger, it's nigger. And Lucius, Cyrene, Manny had been brought up with Herod, the Tetrarch, and Saul. All right, so right here.
Strong's G 3526. Niger.
All right, so there you go. All right. Latin word, Niger, black, a Christian, all right, nigger, all right, black, all right. That's how they said. Somebody that's very dark brown, like Wesley Snipes, dark skin, all right. They nicknamed him because he was dark, all right. Christian, Israelite, man, all right. And this is scriptures that Esau don't like. All right. All right, there's like what's a dark brown people, man. One looking like no Charleston Heston, man. All right. But anyways, go back to here. All right. Page 91 of African Gifts to America. It said the Mexicans, this had never become reconciled to laws to make it worse. The Americans regard them as niggers. Frederick Lofstad, who visited Texas both before and after the Republic, tell almost open war between the two assassinations and of burning our homes, they, the Mexicans, talking about Issachar, he said, hate and fear the ascendant race and voluntary associate sympathize with the Negroes. All right, so they hated Esau, man. Right, Issachar, so-called Mexicans. And voluntary associate and sympathize with the Negroes. They were treated as outlaws and regarded as niggers. One white man told, this time Esau, told Olmsted, why they as black as niggers and 10 times as treacherous. All right, so today you hear black on the Israelites, they like to say, call the so-called Mexicans white people and stuff like that. All right, so they're all just so-called white. Well, you might look and just a lie, man. All right, because some are still very dark skinned. All right, down there, man. And you can see right here, Job 9:24. All right, page, leaders page 35. You see how Esau taking Gad, the Soje Indians, and changing their features. You can see it right here. The girl in the middle got a original banana. They gave him the little sharp nose. There's nothing wrong. You had a sharp nose, got a sharp nose, but in this case, not it. How they lighten the skin up and everything. Just like how they lighten all the icons in Europe. All right. This man's a devil, man. All right. Devil means deceiver. Okay. All right. So let's get back to the video right here. Probably gonna have to find it again. Yep.
Did you know that us Mexicans are the most mixed race of them all? We literally come from blacks, white, and Chinese. How do we all come from all those races? You gotta understand that the first people on this land were blacks, right? And then the Chinese came and mixed it up with them. So a light skin having babies with the Chinese makes us, bro. That's why I feel
Now, that's one thing. I'm gonna show you that.
like I get along with everybody.
All right. That the original. Now the Chinese. You got Moab. All right. Then you got Jake that lived among them. All right. Now info I got from one of the brothers from GMS, Wisconsin, that the Shang Empire were Jakes. All right. Because the Shang Empire, the one who came over to Mexico, man. They was dark skinned. Came up to different parts of America. They was dark skinned, man. All right. All right. And Salaki. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, boy. So y'all can know what page that is. All right, so this page 245. All right, and it reads, many reference to racial makeup of the Shang are given in Chinese histories. When a child overthrew the Shang dynasty, they described the inhabitants as having black and oily skin. In the Shang-less capital Anyang, many Negro images still in the stone and metal j have been found. Archaeologist Quang Ching Chang states in regard to the chain figurines, another miniature jade figurine from Slav, I can't pronounce this word, Sayotun, Hazelton, Hao Chai Chong, suggests that Negro features, flat nose, or prominent chins and foreheads, and a lack of epicandous fold that Mongolians possess. All right. So, so the Shang Empire were a Negroid people, right? There's like they came over here, man. All right, so because you got lost, they'll lie, say, well, and just people that's not informed correctly, they'll say the Shang Empire was a bunch of light-skinned Chinese and Moabites that came over and mixed with the so-called Mexicans. That's not true. All right. anywhere the Mongoloids raised to the world, the original Mongolians were very dark skinned. Now those are Moabites. You had some Israelites that lived among them. All right, that was enslaved. They was, you know, um, what do they say, Mongolian. If you look at that video, 50 Cent, by Trace, and you have an Edomite lady in there, South Carolina. She said some Mongolian slaves came there. All right. But you know, our people scatter all over the world and stuff, Mongolia. But those slaves might have been some Jakes that was living among Moab and China. You know, because sometimes Esau will say he'll use Mongolian meaning Chinese. Right. But anyway, they was Jakes. They were brought here. All right. But anyway, the Shang Empire were very dark brown people, melanated people, man. All right. They weren't looking like, you know, Jet Li. All right. Shang Israelites, Jet Li people, Moab. And Moab got light skinned because they messed with Esau. That's documented on History Channel. You can look up on YouTube, the History Channel, Discovery Channel, man. All right. But anyway, he goes on the Shang Empire. All right. You clearly see that's a Negro. You see the artwork. All right. All right. So, all right. And this, you know, this is it, man. All right. A good book to read about the missing nation, or the race missing in Mexico. A book called Costume Painting by Alona Katsu. And you can see right here, you have the Judite man, you have the Issachar woman, got their daughter. All right. So what this book gonna show you, even though it's so-called race missing, but you already see your father. All right. You already see your father. So guess what? In reverse, if this was a Issachar man, so-called Mexican man, and so-called black woman, that child be Issachar. All right. Or if, let's say, this man right here, if it was an Edomite, so-called white man, and that was, the woman was, was just her, all right, and had a daughter, guess what? That child is Esau. All right. Well, or another good example is if this was a so-called Mexican Issachar man, and this woman right here was an Edomite woman, guess what? That child is Issachar. Or if the woman was a Judite woman, so-called black woman, that child is Issachar. All right. But get this book, you know, explain the different histories in there. All right. It's a good book, some gems in there. All right. But I hope you all been edified, all right, that about the tribe of Issachar, Mexico, and the different histories in there, the different mixtures, and so-called mixtures and everything. All right. And shalom.